Hey guys, welcome back to Gardening Young. So today we are going to be planting tomatoes, and I'm going to show you guys how I plant my tomatoes. So I'm so excited. This is the day that, whenever spring rolls around, you're like waiting for, and especially me because I'm very much food production. So tomatoes I'm really excited about, and finally we are going to get to plant them. So I'm so excited. If you guys don't know how to plant tomatoes, then that is great for you because we are going to be doing that today. And then I also want to show you guys a few other things that are happening around here because it is exciting. Things are coming up, all the things. So I'm really excited to show you, and let's just hop into the video. Okay, so first things first, whenever you are planting tomatoes, a few things that you need to know. One, we are going to be planting these tomato plants really deep because I don't know how well I'll be able to show you this, but if you can see, there are little hairs along the stem of the tomato plant, and basically what those hairs will become is roots. So all those little hairs that come in contact with the soil can become roots. So what we're gonna do, I don't really have a plant. I mean, I've just been taking leaves off as this plant has grown because it's been a little diseased. But what we're gonna do is we are just going to take this off, and then we're gonna plant it about all the way to here. Now this is a pretty tall tomato plant because these got tall, but normally you're just gonna want about two. A rule of thumb is about two branching leaves, and then your new growth. So I'm just going to take this stem off, just pinch it off with and you're going to plant all the way up to here. And then the other thing that I do whenever I plant my tomatoes, not everybody does this, but I have found that it's very beneficial to my plants, is that I actually plant an egg under each tomato plant. So tomato plants need calcium, and so the eggs are a very beneficial way of adding calcium to the soil and giving your tomato plants calcium. So I just put it at the bottom of my hole, and I'll show you that whenever we plant them. But I'll just put them at the bottom of my hole. Sometimes I will like crack the egg a little bit and make a little crack just to kind of speed up the like breaking process, because what happens, if you're wondering why you put a whole egg in the hole of your plant, but basically what happens is the roots of that tomato plant will basically break that egg and use all that egg. So it's a really great source of calcium, and so I put it under all of my tomato plants. So then the other part of the planting of tomatoes is that I plant all my tomatoes about 18 to 20 inches apart. So you can see here I've already gone ahead and used a measuring tape. I laid these out before I even got the measuring tape out, and I kind of, as you plant tomato plants over the years, you'll kind of figure out what 18 to 20 inches apart looks like. But basically, I have just laid these out 18 to 20 inches apart. And yes, sometimes I use a ruler because I am a perfectionist like that. I just use a ruler to measure about roughly 18 to 20 inches apart, and that's how far I put them apart. And then I'll set all of them out. I just like to kind of see where they're gonna go. I'll set them out before even planting them, and that's pretty much how I do it. So really simple and easy, and so now let's go do it. One more thing that I wanted to mention before we go and plant these tomato plants is that if you have too tall of tomato plants, like for example this one was too tall, these are two of my cherry tomato plants got really tall, and so I decided, just because of this, these are going in in-ground beds especially, and it doesn't have a super deep depth, that I wanted to go ahead and lay it down. So I did this like yesterday and left it out all day yesterday, and then all day basically today. It's the afternoon, and basically what will happen, and you can see it here, is I literally just took this plant and laid it down in the bed sideways, laying on its side, and the plant, as you can see, has grown upwards. So I'm gonna do the same idea as what we did with the other ones, planting it really deep. Same idea, but I'm going to take off like these two lower stems, these two stems, and I'm going to plant it about right here to where this is the only part sticking out of the soil, and then I'm just gonna bury the rest of this whole stem sideways in the soil, and that way you don't have to go as deep, but it will still serve a good purpose and get all that root system in the soil. So I just wanted to mention that if you have really tall plants and you need a way to plant them without having to go super deep, just lay them out about a day and a half or 2 days before, and the plant on its side out in your garden bed, and the plant will turn itself, and you can plant it like that. So you guys will see me planting both of those types of tomato plants in both of those ways, and I still put the egg in the hole, like just like I do with the other ones, and it still serves the purpose. So all that being said, let's go and do this. So I have two places that I'm going to be planting my tomato plants. So I have all my slicers over here, and then all my cherry tomatoes down this bed, and I have about 5 tomatoes in each bed. So we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna show you all of the tomato plants being planted, and hopefully you guys are learning from this, and hopefully this helps you. So let's just get into it. So you saw that time lapse of the first tomato that I planted, but now I want to walk you through just the steps of how I plant mine. And so basically what I do is it's super simple and easy. So you just pull back. I'm just gonna pull back a layer. Wait, hold on. Okay, so you pull back your layer of mulch so that you can get your planting space ready. And I'm just gonna dig a really deep hole because I want to plant it really deep. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an egg. So this is just a cheap egg that I bought at the store. If you have farm fresh eggs, you can use those as well. But if you are doing an urban kind of style garden, we literally bought these for 99 cents. Just use some cheap eggs. And I'm just going to take this egg and I'm going to put a little crack in it. And so you can see this little crack that I've made, and I'm going to put that facing up in the bottom of my hole. Then what you're gonna do is you want to take your 2 fingers and make a V, and you're going to just slide it on top and have your plant in between your 2 fingers, and this can count for any plant, not just tomatoes. You're gonna turn it upside down and kind of like squeeze your container. Turn it upside down, let it fall out, and you're just gonna gently squeeze your container until the plant comes out, and you're gonna gently set it in your hole. And then you're just going to fill the dirt back in around your plant. And I like to mound it up just a little bit, just to, you know, strengthen the root system, get it as high up on the plant as I can, and then you just move your mulch back around, and that's pretty much finished, and you're complete. Simple as that, not a lot to it. So these two are my Jersey Breeze tomatoes. So whenever I have 2 or more and I only have 1 plant tag, I'll just kind of put it in the middle of those 2, so I know that these 2 are Jersey Breeze tomatoes. All right, first bed officially done. Got that, check. They all look pretty good. None of my tomato plants looked great. I don't know what happened, but I think I started them too early, so therefore they didn't look great whenever I brought them out. So I'm hoping that they'll start looking a little better now that they're planted. Specifically my Brandywine tomatoes, I'm not super confident about, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant them anyway and see how they do. I think they were just outgrowing their pot, so then they were, you know, just starting to struggle. But now that they're planted, I'm just gonna see what they do, and worst case scenario, I'll just go replace it with a plant from the store or from the local garden center. So that's what I'm planning with that bed. Now I want to show you guys how I plant my ones that are laying on its side, because kind of what you do is you dig a trench, and then let me just show you. I'm gonna set you down and we're just gonna get at it. So let's knock out this other bed. So I had to extend this bed a little bit just so that I could get long enough with some more compost. But what you do is it's very similar to regularly. So you're just gonna take your whatever you're digging with, your digging thing, and you're going to basically dig a trench. So show you what I mean by that. So I'm just gonna dig a good trench, and just like this. You get the idea, not too hard. Just like that. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your plant out. So I showed you how to do that earlier. All right, so then what you do is you just basically lay down your plant, just like that, just like how you laid it down a minute ago. And what I'm going to do as far as the egg goes is I'm going to add the egg right under the front of this, So this right here is going to become roots all right here. So I'm just gonna put it right in front of where the top of this soil line is. And I'm just going to crack it a little bit like I did my other one. And I'm just going to set it right here, just like that, and kind of like a little cushion for it. And then you're just gonna put your soil right on top, just like that. Super simple, super easy. Not too complicated. Okay, so I need to So as you can see, it will straighten up as it grows. And I need to add a little bit more soil on top of here. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. Not too complicated. And then it just looks like, and I'm just gonna plant it really deep so it looks like that. I am going to go ahead and take this stem off. You don't have to do this. This isn't necessary, but I like to do this just because I see a little bit of sickness on this. And it was touching the ground and stuff, and I just don't want that to continue on the plant, so I'm gonna go ahead and scrap that. And then you just basically re-add your mulch around it, and you're done. So as simple as that, and it works really well, and I will keep you guys updated on the rest of them. I am going to go ahead and plant the rest of these plants, and then I will see you guys whenever I get back, because I just don't have time to film this, and I need to get it knocked out. So I'll see you back here in a minute. So I've got this bed planted, finally. So we got that done, and I'm really excited about that. Makes me so happy. It kind of like starts the season, so I'm really excited about that. Now I want to show you guys a few things that have been coming up, because I planted a bunch of seeds with you guys. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up here. I planted a bunch of seeds, and some of them are coming up. Not all of them yet, but I just wanted to show you ones. I just wanted to show you guys the ones that are coming up. So let's go look at that. Alright, so the first thing that is coming up that is exciting me so much are our potatoes. So our little potatoes are sprouting, and there's some that are still in the process of sprouting, like over here, but we've got a little baby over here, and it's coming up all over this container, as you can see. There's one right here, just all over. They're coming up, and it makes me so happy. So yeah, all of those are coming up, and it makes me really happy because I've never grown potatoes before, but they look so good, and I'm really excited about it. We eat a lot of potatoes, so I'm really excited about that. Hopefully that'll produce a whole lot. And then over here, our zinnias are sprouting. So here are our little baby zinnias coming up. So basically, if you saw my video, I just kind of sprinkled them throughout this little spot down here, and then these ones are coming up, but just a little slower than these other ones. But they're looking good. You can see those coming up. So all these are coming up. There's a ton. I'm gonna need to thin a little bit, but it looks so good, and that makes me really excited. And then I have a sunflower over there, and it's starting to come up, but not quite out of the soil yet. And if you're wondering why I know that the sunflower is starting to sprout, is because I'm impatient and I dig down in the dirt and look to see if they're coming up or not. So yeah, that happened. Anyway, so all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about how to plant tomatoes or just planting in general, leave a comment down below and I will try to help you. I know that tomatoes are a very common thing and something that is super easy to grow, so you don't be intimidated at all, because they are so fun to grow, honestly, and very delicious. So you know, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe, like, comment, all those good things, so that you can stay tuned and see these tomatoes start to come up. I think my first garden tour is going to be coming here soon, so that's really exciting. And then you know, more things are coming out, so we are just going to be cranking content these next few months, and I'm so excited for it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.